Hey, so I used to live at this house in Sanford, Florida. Sanford, Florida. I keep saying Sant. It's not Sant, it's Sanford, Florida. And I was with my ex at the time, and we fought a lot, especially at this house. And we partied a lot too. And this one night, we were both buzzed. We came back from the bar, and I guess it's relatively short story, but it's all true. Um, we were laying in bed, and we kept hearing like three knock. We were actually on a bunk bed because we were sharing the house. We were on a bunk bed, and me and her were on the top, um, and we were right next to a window, and we kept hearing knocks on the window like three times, like bump, 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 and kept hearing it three times. And I kept looking out the window. There's nobody there. Again, this is elevated too. We're not close to the ground. It's not like, I mean, if someone were to knock on the window like that and get away real quick, they'd have to be like 6 feet tall. And there was no one that lived in our house that was 6 feet tall, or any people that we knew were like that tall or could get away that quickly. But yeah, anyways, we kept hearing those knocks on his window. Three, it came in intervals of three. And um, we were kind of both kind of a little freaking out a little bit because it didn't make any sense. Um, I mean, me being a godly man, I knew it was probably something spiritual. Um, she wasn't that way, I guess. I mean, she believed in God, I guess, but wasn't really a follower of Christ. But so I kind of thought that it was something something weird. But either way, we were just kind of talking, and we kept hearing those knocks, and then eventually it stopped, and then both of us together heard an audible voice whisper to us. We both heard it. It said a name, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the name. I wish I could, because that would, like, make this a more credible story. Um, and I actually don't even remember the address we lived at either, because we moved so much. Either way, it doesn't matter. um, we heard a whisper of a name, so we actually went out and Google, because I was like, "Did you hear that?" She's like, "Yeah." Did you hear that? Yeah. And we both said what we heard, which was the same exact name. So we end up Googling this name. Come to find out, this person, this name, lived at that house and died there. So yeah, I mean, I was okay with it, but she kind of flipped out. But it was kind of crazy. Um, I don't know if I believe in ghosts or not, to be honest. I do believe in familiar spirits. I believe, because that is in the Bible, familiar spirits. They familiar spirits are demons that pretend to be human, and can replicate any voice that they want to and appear to look like any person they want to, that they're, that they know of. That's what I think it was, a familiar spirit. Um, Either way, though, she was so scared that I led her into the sinner's prayer that night, and she accepted Jesus as her Lord and Savior. And we prayed, and even though we were, you know, drunk, uh, things still happened, and she still accepted Jesus as her Lord and Savior. And after all that, after we prayed, and all that stopped. It was done. It was over with. But it was very weird that we heard a name whispered, and her and I both, and we researched it, and that person had died in that house. So honestly, I'm the Bible doesn't talk about ghosts. They don't. Um, but it does. We all know. Well, not everyone knows, but most people know that your spirit lives on beyond death, and that's just common knowledge. Energy moves from one thing to another. It's that's actually science. I forget the actual term, the saying for it. Um, Anyways, so um, I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but I do believe in familiar spirits that can pretend to be ghosts and try to scare you and show that they are ghosts, so that way you don't believe in demons, which ultimately makes you not believe in angels, which ultimately makes you not believe in God or Lucifer. It's a whole thing. If you believe in one, you got to believe in all four. You know what I mean? If you believe in demons, then you have to believe in angels. I mean, that's common sense. You can't just have one, otherwise the world would be we wouldn't even be here. So they're smarter than you think, and I believe they're familiar spirits. These ghosts and the people that believe in ghosts, that's fine, but I believe you're dealing with familiar spirits. You're dealing with demons that are pretending and fooling you and trying to fool the public to believe that they are ghosts and just like dead humans that are wandering the earth when they're actually not. It's just familiar spirits. I mean, there is a possibility in my brain that there could be ghosts. I, I don't know. The Bible doesn't talk about it. There could be. I'm open to the idea, but I would side with the biblical version that it's actually familiar spirits and not actually ghosts. And they're just trying to deceive you and fool you into thinking they are ghosts, so you don't believe that they actually do exist. So you don't believe that God actually exists, so you don't have to follow his orders and find Jesus and live for him. That's just my take. Good night.